Good afternoon and welcome to our 6th annual Finish Line Dual Enrollment Program ceremony with Harris-Stowe State University, the Harris-Stowe State University, and St. Louis, the St. Louis Public Schools. We're going to have a short introduction, and then we're going to invite your tables to get some of that good food while it's hot, and then we'll reintroduce the rest of our guests in our program. A few orders of business. For those who would like to use the restroom, we have a ladies' restroom making a left outside the door, and then the men's restroom will be to the right. Does anyone need a program? All right, well, let's go. My name is Ryan L. Jackson. I'm the director for this great program. I have the privilege and opportunity to work with your students and your scholars, and I have also the privilege of working with this great university, Harris-Stowe State University, and so we're very, very grateful. My colleague, who is a quiet storm, Mrs. Fenoy, is the counselor for the program, and we're fortunate to have worked very, very closely with the Associate Vice Provost, Dr. Eileen Phillips, for 6 years. But without any further ado, I'm going to introduce you all to a very familiar face, very warm voice. He's going to introduce the president, Brother Stefan Riggins from Sumner High School.
Hello, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the graduation ceremony of the dual enrollment students. I just want to say it's been a great journey with you guys. Just being able to be in you guys' presence, man, to learn from you, to just experience, man. I'm truly grateful for that. And I really want to tell my experience through a spoken word. Is that all right with y'all? For sure. So at first, I ain't gonna lie, I was a little shy. Face full of confidence, but it was hiding in disguise. It would have left me crippled if I didn't try, so I'm grateful that I made it across the finish line. I remember sitting in the counselor suite. Mr. Jackson broke it down and told us how it would be. Confronting my fears and doubt, I then encountered the beast. It took me being in the class before I found some relief. Fell in love with the journey every moment the destination arrived. Was hesitant, but through challenge, I educated my mind. It showed me when I'm learning, I can't afford to be introverted, getting nervous, because I know at the end it's a bigger purpose. With my will and my passion stayed active through the field of distractions. Through resilience, I obtained the skill of attraction, killed the procrastinator. So every time I get an assignment, I'm reminded now of Mr. Muhammad. Said we was conquerors at the beginning, mission accomplished. I got endless wisdom when I paid attention to donning. Man, it's crazy how the picture was prompted. Never thought that this here knowledge would lead to uplifting my conscience. What an honor. The stake of the opportunity, greatness was guided. The stake of the opportunity, greatness was guiding me. All that I can say is God was using me. It was energy and time to manage. My presence, I gotta stamp it, especially roaming on a college campus. Take me back to the time when I was scared to go. I evolved all of my flaws, I had to cherish those. For this, I'm forever grateful to Harris-Stowe. Wanted to know about my experience, then there it goes. Something simple. But the real reason that I'm up here, the real true reason that I'm up here is that so I can introduce one of our esteemed leaders of this school, of this community, someone that I've been wanting to meet for a while, and look, man, the universe, God leads us to the places where we need to be. So someone I've been wanting to meet for a long time, Dr. Latanya Collins Smith. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning and welcome to the Harris Stowe State University, the only HBCU in the city of St. Louis. Again, I'm Dr. LaTanya Collins-Smith, and I have the distinct honor of serving as the 21st and first female president of the Harris Stowe State University. And it is truly, thank you, it is truly an honor to serve as a proud product of St. Louis Public Schools. K through 12, I always say that because that's very important. I went to St. Louis Public Schools from kindergarten through 12th grade, and I am a living example of the magic that happens in St. Louis Public Schools. And so I remember when this program started 6 years ago with Dr. Kevin Adams, who is now here with us as our Associate Dean of the College of Education, continuing to help young people through the power of education. But I remember us having this conversation about how to provide students with an opportunity to go to college in their last year of high school. And here we are 6 years later, and we're steady producing dynamic scholars to move to the next level. And I'm happy to announce that Stefan, where did you go, Stefan? That Stefan Riggins is a future Hornet. He will be joining us this fall. And so we're excited about him coming to Harris Stowe, and we still have that opportunity for any other young person in the room. But again, thank you to our partners with St. Louis Public Schools. Thank you to our staff who work with the scholars every day. And thank you to the scholars for entrusting us to be able to provide you with the courses and the coursework and the foundation that you need to move to the next level. And to all the parents, it's almost over. Congratulations to you as well. So thank you all so much for being here.
All right. We're not going to let this warm food get any cooler. All right. So we're going to start releasing you all table by table. And then once we have a nice core with their plates, we'll continue with this program. And so we'll start over here to my right. The first three tables can go get in line. You can help yourself. We have a baked potato bar. We have wings. We have a pasta bar. And the sauces are all on the side so that anyone can partake and enjoy. And then we have salad as well. So we'll start to my right, and we'll kind of progress the crowd, and then we'll continue back up with the program. All right? The connection between St. Louis Public Schools and Harris Stowe has been integral in the success of this program. We discovered through the many iterations of this program that it requires a centralized unit here on campus. And Dr. Phillips has put together a great team that she will introduce to you all in the coming moments that have supported our students throughout this process. Their team and their location is found in what is known as the ARC, the Academic Resource Center, and in that space is where a lot of the magic happens. Mentors, students from prior cohorts come and visit, they get support, and they also support our students. And then students also get a chance to engage with caring faculty members and team and staff members. This is all the brainchild and the work of the Dr. Eileen Phillips. Please give it up for Dr. Phillips.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, or it might be afternoon by now. I'm Dr. Eileen Phillips, and I happen to serve, as Mr. Jackson mentioned and stated, I am the Assistant Provost for Retention and Student Success. And I've had the opportunity of working with this program since its inception. When I started with the program, I was actually the director of our Academic Resource Center and connected to provide the students with a level of academic support. What I'm most excited about, though, with this program is how it has evolved from 6 years ago into the programming that we have today. And it's been a true collaboration. As I stand before you today, and I even think about and watch how Mr. Jackson has really developed today's concept and program off of what we've done over the years, we really do work hand in hand. Harris Stowe is home to St. Louis Public Schools and this program, and it's a great environment where you can have leaders step into the role and help to bring together students, parents, administrators, all of you here in the room today. So what I say to you, and our president mentioned it as well, we both share that we are products of St. Louis Public Schools. So we believe in the mission of St. Louis Public Schools. I was there from kindergarten through 12th grade as well, and also happened to have been in a school from kindergarten through 8th grade. That doesn't really happen anymore when you stay in the same school in the same district. And I too matriculated to Harris Stowe, and I'm a proud graduate of this institution. So I say to you today, these opportunities I do not take lightly. My son is also a graduate of St. Louis Public Schools. I believe in what St. Louis Public Schools have to offer, and I know that it is caring adults and a caring environment that helps our students to reach the potential of where the possibilities lie for them. So when we talk about Harris Stowe, we talk about the power of Harris Stowe and all that it has to offer. So don't sleep on programming at this institution. Don't think because it's the HBCU that we don't have quality programming, caring adults, and a rich history to fall on. Harris Stowe is the only HBCU in St. Louis, and we produce proud gemstones that leave our institution and go and make an imprint in the world. So I say to you, take what you've done, scholars, those of you that participate in dual enrollment, take this experience with you wherever you go. We're preparing you for life. So if you don't matriculate into Harris Stowe, go somewhere. If it's not a four-year institution and it's a trade school, find your passion and move forward. One thing individuals cannot take from you is your education. Once you get it, what level it's at, you decide the trajectory of where you will go. So I say to you, St. Louis Public Schools and partners, thank you, thank you, thank you for entrusting this institution with your students and the partnership. I would like to bring to the stage the individuals that make the work happen on a day-to-day. It takes a team and it takes everyone working together. I'm not gonna make the mistake and say, I'm gonna call them individually and they'll come up, and because I'm gonna miss somebody, because I'm not reading from my notes that I don't write, and I probably need to at this point in my life. I need notes and everything else. But if you were a member of our team, instructor, we have a new ADA coordinator this year, Dr. Casey Pennington, if you would come forward. We have Dr. Fry, because they're not gonna just walk up because they want me to forget somebody's name. You know, when your team wants to embarrass you in front of a whole room full of people, they just want to make sure that I mess up. Mr. Muhammad is coming forward. Dr. Faraz Parks is coming forward. And Dr. Parks didn't teach with them this summer, this fall, this spring with this program, but our dual enrollment program has expanded over 200% with enrollment this year. We brought on other cohorts of schools. So Mr. Muhammad stands here. We have Ms. Donnan coming forward. We even have an NGA specialist and instructor who's going to present today, Ms. Instructor Bliley. It's been an amazing walk. We have someone that works with us every year to make sure that we get testing done for your students. She might not want to come forward, but I do want her to wave her hand. Miss Wright Carter, the Wright Carter. She does the testing. And we have a new director of the Academic Resource Center who just started with us last week. So she's seeing the finished product. This is Miss Alicia Larson. Mrs. Larson, she will be working with programs moving forward in the future. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone. We do have our staff workers, I'm sorry, they're no longer students, graduates of Harris Stowe who were special guest speakers who now work here. Miss Kiara Franklin is with a cup of punch in her hand. She's just going to shyly wave to you. And if you're coming to Harris Stowe through the Bridge program, Miss Damika Odom is our Bridge coordinator, and she's in the room at the food station at this time. I'm going to turn the mic over, and our team is just going to give a few words of their observations of the program. But I'm most proud of the participation, and to each one of you, our scholars, for being a part of this experience.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Casey Pennington, and this is my first year with the dual enrollment program, and I really enjoy working with the students. Just for 1 minute, can the scholars please stand up that was in the dual enrollment program? I just want to acknowledge them because they were great. I enjoyed working with them. I will miss you guys, and congratulations on all you did.
Good morning / afternoon to everyone. I too want to say how much I enjoyed working with these students. I look out over the room and I'm just smiling because you all produced gems. They are bright stars and bright lights, brightened up our days as they came into the ARC for study hall and as they came into the classroom, and they continue to grow. They have grown immensely since we first met them. So thank you, and thank you to the students for allowing me to be a part of your village. I know they're going to do great things. I wish you well. And as has been said already, take what you have learned here with you and continue to do great things. Thank you.
Who are you?
Oh. My name is Carla Fry, and I had the privilege of being one of the study hall tutor mentors as well as the English instructor.
Good morning, all. I am Dr. Veraz Parks. You know, it's difficult to follow powerful women who are extraordinary speakers because they always say what you're thinking. Yeah. Dr. Phillips came up and said how proud she is of the group, and she gave kudos to the staff. I was thinking that. Yeah. Dr. Fry also, and Dr. Pennington acknowledged the students. I was thinking that. So, since all that I wanted to say has been said, I just say dittos and blessings.
Good afternoon. I am Mrs. Donna, the English teacher also, and it was a joy working with and everything. They're like a student. And parents, I want to thank you also for allowing us to work and everything with your students. And I know that y'all are going to go forward. I am looking forward to hearing great things about you. And thank you again, parents and staff also.
Good morning. Before I tell you who I am, I just want to thank the parents for bringing these students to birth and raising them. Let's give a warm round of applause to the parents. I'm Mr. Muhammad. Some of the students took math from me, also study hall. I just want to say the students that I taught, it was an honor and it was a blessing. The character of the students from SLPS is off the chain. That means good. The integrity of the SLP students is superb. The respect that the SLP students had for me, I mean, it was phenomenal. So I just want to say, as you move forward, there are going to be some challenges in life. But if you maintain that character, that integrity, and that respect that you have and continue to build on it, you will be able to overcome anything that you may face in life. So thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Deborah Wright Carter, and I serve as a testing coordinator here at Harris-Stowe State University. Most of the students, I met you when I came out to your various schools to give you the placement tests. And I have enjoyed watching you grow from day one to here. You all have matured, and you've got the college experience, so in the fall, whatever you decide to go, and you will already be used to college life. And I also want to thank the parents for entrusting your students with us. And I wish everybody the best of luck in whatever your future endeavors are. Thank you.
Good afternoon again. Oh, come on. Okay. We were so fortunate this year. Every year, the experience has been different, and we're able to kind of cater it and secure an opportunity which our students can walk away from that will benefit them for years in advance. And so we're fortunate because we have a partnership now with the NGA, and they have one of their A-team instructors. You always got an A-team, a B-team, and a C-team. A-team instructor Jessica Bliley, who has been with us all semester, and she's going to give us a treat. A few of her students have volunteered and been voluntold to offer some of their coursework that really is, when you listen to the topics, really is game-changing and community-changing. And it's all part of the brainchild from Instructor Bliley. And so, Instructor Bliley, would you like to join me on the stage here? Give her a round of applause. She's going to give you some of the logic behind her reasoning and to introduce her students.
Hello, good afternoon. So hi again, everybody. My name is Jessie Bliley, and I actually am an analyst at the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency. That's what NGA stands for. I'll abbreviate from here on out. Some of you may have heard NGA because NGA is building a new facility at Jefferson in North St. Louis City. And so NGA is here in St. Louis to stay and looking for talent always. And so I'm actually here at Harris-Stowe. I'm servicing an educational partnership agreement between the agency and the university. This is one of only 3 educational partnerships for universities across the country. The other one is with University of Missouri St. Louis, also here in town. The other one was a university out in DC, where our main headquarters is, but 2 here in St. Louis. And so if you don't know much about NGA, we're all about geospatial science or geospatial technology. So this ranges from like doing imagery analysis to support national security or the Department of Defense, human geography, studying things like pandemics and so on and so forth. Anything that happens in time or place has a geospatial component. And that is what NGA is all about. So part of my work here with the Educational Partnership Agreement is to build curriculum to get students involved in geospatial as early as possible, and then go on into hopefully geospatial careers with many of the companies that are moving here to St. Louis to do this work, in addition to just coming to NGA to do work. So this class that I put together this semester is called Mapping for Change. And so it's an introduction to geospatial technology, but how to use maps and geospatial information to advocate for change. So every student in the class went from knowing nothing, probably never heard geospatial before, to producing 3 maps, putting all of those together in an analysis on a topic of their choosing. So students made a hypothesis, analyzed the maps, came up with conclusions and recommendations for change. And so while those changes aren't happening right now, if you're listening, these are students that can take this work to policymakers and actually make positive change in our city. And so that's what this class was all about. And I was really excited to be a part of it, to be working with students in high school to do this work. It's not easy. Students will spend years in undergraduate studies doing this work to be able to do what you did. So thank you for sticking with me through this semester for something I know that was totally new to you. So I'm going to stop talking now, give it back to the students. So 2 students, I think, that are here today have volunteered / been voluntold. So David, if you mind going first. So he'll introduce himself. Thank you. Yeah, round of applause. He's going to introduce himself, where he goes to school, and his project, and so I'm going to get that pulled up over here.
Good evening. How y'all doing today? Okay, my name is David Morris. I attend Vashon High School, and this is my story map on housing neglect and what is the cause in St. Louis City. My research question is, are St. Louis neighborhoods that are majority African American prone to housing neglect, and does it affect the home price? My hypothesis was yes. There's a relationship between neglect and housing price and living conditions. And these relationships are amplified in majority African American neighborhoods. In this project, I will compare neighborhoods that have high poverty rate and a high rate of vacancy. I will analyze these areas in terms of housing, costs, and race. With people buying older homes in St. Louis City, the market is fluctuating according to Northern Real Estate Investments. The St. Louis housing market has been a shift in buyer demand, with new listing and pending sales decreasing for both residential homes, townhomes, and condo homes. However, inventory has increased for residential homes while decreasing for townhomes and condo homes. Despite the slowdown in demand, median sales have continued to rise in both types of homes. With there being a lack of investment to build up the neighborhoods that have a lot of vacant homes, there is an increasing problem and plays a part in why neighborhoods are looking worse and worse every year, according to Next STL. Forty percent of the buildings were constructed over 100 years ago. Nearly 50% of manufacturing/warehouse spaces are vacant, and over 40% of parcels and vacant lots have vacant buildings. This shows that even though change happens, the relics tell stories, and this shows that even though change happens, these relics tell stories, and government and the population has allowed them to tarnish and slowly decay. This map right here shows the overview of vacant homes and lots in St. Louis City. This map shows the percent of population whose income is below the poverty level. I feel like this reveals areas that are potentially impoverished due to residents not being able to afford housing or repairs. In this map, I noticed that there were a lot of poverty in North St. Louis City and County, as well as East and Illinois. This is a problem, and potential mitigations in these areas could help reduce homelessness and help keep kids out of trouble. This map shows the amount of vacancies in St. Louis City, and a large amount of them occur in North St. Louis City and County, as well as East St. Louis. I noticed some neighborhoods have more vacancies than others, shown with the bigger dots, which means people are likely leaving those areas This is a problem because it could possibly lead to overpopulation in other parts of St. Louis and places like St. Charles County, and a continued lack of investment in these areas in St. Louis City. This map shows two variables together, one being predominant race and in the population of in St. Louis City, County, and parts of East St. Louis, along with housing costs in those areas. I noticed that St. Louis City is mostly populated with black, African Americans, and some populated with white, non-Hispanic, or Latinos. It also shows the city is hardly populated with other races like Native Hawaiian or Asians alone. This map shows, unfortunately, in some parts of the city, residents spend over 30% of their income on rent. This is a problem because it shows St. Louis is not diverse in the city, and also a problem because sadly it's showing there is not enough people who can rebuild the city and fix up the increase in problem of property. In conclusion, St. Louis City and County are the highest areas that are filled with housing neglect rates in the region, and it is stemming from people not being able to afford to refurbish these homes. Because the cost of living is too high compared to income. The map also shows that these areas are majority black people and a little bit of white, which means St. Louis is not diverse and that there is a lack of investment in the city. The more money available in the city and county would help reduce the rate of housing neglect. My recommendation would be to make abandoned houses cheaper to provide incentives for renovating abandoned properties. That way, more people can purchase them, renovate them, and sell them. This will ultimately cause a chain reaction that will bring more diversity into the city. These things could help fix the problem of housing neglect in St. Louis. Yes.
Why did you choose this topic?
Because I drive down these streets that this is close to home. Question?
I have a question. So, what does the red dot stand for and the blue dot? What's the difference?
The red dot shows empty buildings, and the green dot the green line show empty lots. Any more questions? This for everybody. Okay.
Thank you. Also, thanks for the questions. They already got their grade and everything, so this doesn't count. So this is just a test of how much they learned. All right, next we have Chanel.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chanel Harris, and I attend Sumner High School. My research project is about the health issues that adults face in the St. Louis area. Did you know that Missouri holds the top rates in chlamydia and gonorrhea? Health experts say it's due to barrier and structural racism. In this presentation, I will be giving some background information about the different sexual transmitted diseases in our cities and counties and how it have affected us so far. A lot of people might wonder why our city's rates are so high. It is high because there are not enough adults aware of how to treat their disease. Most diseases are spread by intercourse and by cut or by other bacteria from one person to another. The spread of each disease go case by case, and a lot of adults are more likely to have gonorrhea than most STIs. And this is a problem because there should be more resources and programs available, and there should be a better way of getting all of this information out to the public. In my first map shown, you can see prevalence of high HIV rates in counties around St. Louis. The darker blue indicates higher STIs as a whole, and St. Louis City seems to have the highest rates of adults 25 and up who have not graduated, and as you can see, the farther out you go, the lighter the spread is. Not only does health insurance in my second map indicates the percentage of adults with no coverage, but the higher rates of no health insurance correlates with household incomes. It's possible that a lot of households can't afford to provide medical care for their families or themselves, which means not being able to get tested or get treatment. Resources play a big part in St. Louis rates. My third map shows how there are limited options and classes for adults. As you can see, there is only one Planned Parenthood office, which means a lot of adults won't be able to have the knowledge of their bodies. With that said, there are some medical centers that can treat the adults with these diseases they have, as shown. However, there are limited school-based centers for school-age residents. As a result of all of these factors, adults are suffering because the basic needs are not being kept up. This data set is important because I predict more people will be prone to going to local health centers than hospitals or primary care physician offices because of wait time and adults not having insurance. Conclusion, I believe that many factors come into play when it comes to barriers that adults face in the St. Louis area with regards to their health. Lack of insurance or employment has impacts not only on the individual but also on children and families. These issues, if left unchecked, create generational cycles of continuing health issues. I feel that another issue besides not having enough clinics in the most impactful areas is that some people might not even know about the resources available or understand ways to prevent the increasing rates of STIs in St. Louis, such as vaccinations and talking to their doctor about safe sex practices. Thank you everyone for letting me have the chance to present my presentation.
Thank you. Can all the students who are in the Mapping for Change class just stand up so everyone can see? And then if everyone could just give them a round of applause. Thank you all again for going on this journey with me and trying something completely new and outside of the box and probably what you do in the classroom. So thank you and good luck. Please stay in touch with me. I'd love to hear all the geospatial work that you all do in the future. Thank you.
Thanks, Instructor Bliley. Thank you, students, as well. This was really transformational work. A few of our students had a chance a few weeks ago to present their work in a meeting with the NGA, and they were so impressed. They were wondering if they were really high school students because the level of work that they completed, they were trying to get some of their upper level college students to complete as well. So kudos to all the students who went through that program. That is an effort that we're going to continue to ensure our students in the finish line will have that opportunity. All right, and so moving right along, we're going to introduce the Quiet Storm herself, Mrs. Juma Fanoy, and she has a presentation for you all as well as the parents to see your children and highlight their successes. Mrs. Fanoy.
So greetings, and I just acquired that name today, the Quiet Storm. However, I am the Quiet Storm when it comes to the students in cohort 5, 6, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. First of all, I want to thank the parents for allowing you all to give me your students, to trust us with your students to make sure that we do everything possible for them to cross the finish line, not only here at Harrisville, but they also took high school classes as well. So without further ado, I have a short presentation for you guys. So this presentation, again, captured all the high schools, the principals, as well as where the students have decided to matriculate into and scholarship money.
I don't know how close we can move the screen, but if you wanted to scoot up and see some of these faces.
It's going to loop really quickly, so you guys will also have the opportunity to view the PowerPoint presentation at the end of the program as well. We're going to let it continue to go through. It also has scholarship dollar amount from last year to this year. And this is a slide of the survey results. So all this was captured, the students, the schools they'll matriculate into, as well as just some of the things that the students felt about the program. Out of a total of 3, we received a 2.9 this year. So I think that's something to be commended on. Also, can all the cohort 6 finish line students please stand and be recognized? Can I have the principals from these high schools to please stand and be recognized? The principals. Dr. Nichols, can you please stand? You're a principal at Sumner. Can I also have the counselors of the high schools to please stand if you're in the room? The principals, the network superintendent, please stand and be recognized at this time. All this hard work could not have been done without you guys as well, so thank you.
Can we keep that playing just without me playing in the background? I do play a mean saxophone. Thank you all again. We're very grateful that we have this level of partnership, and on behalf of St. Louis Public Schools, our leadership, and our interim superintendent, Dr. Nicole Williams, we're grateful, and we have someone who will stand and share in her place, Dr. Claire Crapo.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Claire Crapo. I am the interim chief of staff with St. Louis Public Schools, and I have to tell you, it is a real honor and privilege to be here. Again, I just want to share Dr. Nicole Williams, our interim superintendent, couldn't be here today, and she sends her sincerest apologies. So talk about what a wonderful morning this has been. I've never been part of the finish line ceremonies or programming before, and I have just learned a great deal today. And really hearing from David and Chanel, hearing our student presentations, and then hearing the millions of dollars of scholarships that our students have received, it's pretty clear that our students here have a very bright future. Selfishly, I'm going to say when you guys are a hiring manager and one day I apply for a job and you're the boss, please remember, give me a job. I was nice today. But I am truly deeply impressed with this program. So my message is short. I just want to say congratulations to all of you. So once again, I'd love to ask our student scholars to stand up so we can recognize them and give them a round of applause.
This is such a joyful time in your life, and so I know there are a lot of celebrations that are going on over the next few weeks, but I think it's important just to take a moment to remember just to be present with all of your family members who are here supporting you today, your teachers, your principals. It's a really beautiful time in your life, and I hope that you cherish it. So this is not an official graduation, but I felt like I needed to share something, some sort of advice to you all. And so I was thinking about what's the best kind of advice to give someone to this part of their life. And so I was thinking a lot about motivation, working every single day. So raise your hand, and I'll be impressed if a lot of people raise their hands, if you wake up every single day and you just can't wait to go to work. I should raise my hand. Yes. So most of us, and I love the hands that were raised, so most of us don't wake up every single day feeling great and ready to get after it every day. Most of us don't. And so I think the work is accepting your feelings and taking them along for the ride, because motivation follows action, not the opposite. Motivation follows action, so become an expert at showing up. That is my message for you. And again, congratulations to our scholars and our families. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Claire. This hard work could not have been done, and our team of leaders at the district have been introduced. I do want to offer special recognition to our network superintendents, Dr. Crystal Gale and Dr. Derek Mitchell, who really set the tone and the pace to ensure all of our students have access and what they need. And they are also a part of our planning committee to ensure that we're providing the best experience for our students, given all that they may endure and have wrestled with throughout the years, this year being a particularly tough one. Also, Dr. Trin, as well as Dr. Griffin and Dr. Nichols, thanks so much for allowing us into your schools, giving us time to connect with your students, to be able to share this opportunity, and allowing Harris Stowe team to come to your school to offer testing as well as other supporting activities, because we know running a school is not easy. I want to introduce you all, and I'm not going to ask our Finish Line students to stand, but I do want to introduce you all to the Finish Line students. I'm going to name them all by name. Well, I didn't want to give out their certificates just yet, unless we want to do picture opportunities for them. Okay, do it.
I want to make sure that 2 or 3 individuals in this room do not go unnoticed, because they greeted your students every day, and they should have been standing at the time that we introduced faculty and our staff members from our Academic Resource Center. I don't see Miss Shanice Crawford in this space. Is she in the room? She was here, and she's responsible for the setup in this space. She's also responsible for just greeting and having everything in order for the students Monday through Tuesdays and Thursdays for your students. In addition, our academic mentors are here. 2 of them are in the space that assisted. Mr. Kenneth Anderson is a lead tutor. He does writing. He's a quiet storm, but he does assist with our students. And we also have someone who just joined our art team over the last academic year, and her name is Miss Jasmine Alatafa. And Miss Alatafa is a tutor that serves the Academic Resource Center and does a lot of support and behind-the-scenes work. But it's not without those individuals if your student needed help. We didn't say that at Harris Stowe State University in the dual enrollment program, we provide an academic mentoring block every time the students come on campus. And that's by design of our dual enrollment program, to make sure that we offer supports to help high school students matriculate and go across that bridge, really transitioning from high school to college successfully. And what I want parents to know, even if they don't come to Harris Stowe, any institution that you send your student to, they have an academic resource center. They might call it something different. So don't let your scholars tell you, I don't know where to go to get help. because every school has it. And that's why we designed the program this way. If we don't capture your young adult to come to college at Harris Stowe, we wanted to make sure they were prepared to go in other places. But I didn't want those individuals to go unnoticed, and we have some other instrumental team members that you're going to meet today too, because we're not done yet. They got a few other surprises up their sleeves. So I'm gonna let you run the show.
Oh, we doing it together. We doing it together. You know how we do?
But if you wanna wait on me, I get it, and I'm right here. When
Awesome.
you're ready, let me know. I'll come
Yes.
assist.
I appreciate you. Students, I'm going to call you all by name. Stay in your seat. But we want you all to be recognized for completing this very, very challenging work. We know it was fulfilling, and I'll do my best not to say anything embarrassing about each one of you all. But I will say your names. We'll clap at the end of each high school, okay? So first, we're gonna do Carnahan. We got Marcus Allen, the boxer. He told me he can beat Tank. Brianna Harris, Devin Norris, Royale Samil, and Tyler Simmons. Carnahan, let's give them a round of applause. I loved watching the Carnahan students because you knew they had the little cafeteria kind of center of gravity. Everyone kind of gravitated towards the Carnahan students, so I appreciated them. It shows how they are being led over there at that school. Our Central VPA scholars, we have Angel Coleman and Renaya Taylor. Give them a hand. Clyde C. Miller, Ariana Polk. She could not be here, but we're going to give them a hand as well. Gateway, we had Jada Bams, Jayshawn Frost, and Nyla McIntyre. We'll give them a round of applause. McKinley, we had Jada Brown and Orion Smith. Orion was one of our instructors' favorites. Sodan, we had Janiyah Ayler, Anaya Bailey, Manaya Brown, Nuru, and Jordan Tabrin. Give them a big hand. Sumner, we had Ikea Cotton, Kalia Davis, Chanel Harris, Stefan Riggins, Michelle Scales, and Jamara Sombright Dorsey. Sumner in the house. Over the summer, Dr. Phillips, in 2022, Dr. Phillips and I, along with Dr. Gale, had talked amongst ourselves because Sumner wasn't always represented with a high number, and we wanted to work very closely to make sure that we were providing this opportunity through a lens of equity for Sumner students. And on comes Karen Askew, and she made it happen. And so thank you, Sumner, for allowing us to be able to enrich the lives of your students. Last but not least, the V. Vashon, one of my favorites, Jemiah Allen, David Morris, Storm White, and Nia Murphy. Vashon in the house. Vashon came through, y'all. All the students know when Vashon walked in the door, it was just, you gotta pay attention. They're gonna come with some energy, some life, some jokes, and a seriousness about the work. And so we're grateful for our Vashon students, and that is all of our Finish Line scholars, all 29 of them. Give them a round of applause. Thank you so much. Programs like this can't be successful without having a strong community in support. And we've shared at the beginning of the program that we have people who want to sow seeds into the life of our students. And by sowing seeds, we mean by being there not just for a financial tool, but being there throughout their experiences once they graduate to help support them, to provide context for them. Because sometimes it's not about just what you know. Sometimes who you know and who can get you in a room can help you. And we have a group of amazing partners who were able to do that, and they have what is known as our Finish Line Scholarship. We have instructors who have incorporated those scholarship requirements into their coursework, and we are fortunate to have those guests here this afternoon. Please welcome Derek Walker and Rides and School Supplies to the stage. He's going to offer a bit of encouragement and some of his why.
Dr. Nicole Williams spoke to motivation, and that's exactly what we do at Rise and School Supplies. Over the last 5 years, Rise and School Supplies has used our God-given vision to provide resources like backpacks full of school supplies. We've given away over 6,000 scholarship to youth through the dual enrollment program over the last 4 years. We've given, over the last 4 years, we have given a little bit over $20,000 in scholarship, and as well as a lifetime of motivation, inspiration, that is at the annual Charity Car and Bike Show that we host every year in August, where we use cars, motorcycles, STEM projects, haircuts, love, all in a family reunion environment to motivate the youth as they go back to school. So that is what we do at Rise and School Supplies. Our 5th annual Charity Car and Bike Show is on August 12th this year, free of charge. Come grab a backpack, come be motivated. My why kind of aligns with everything else that we've seen here. I'm born, raised, and still live in the north side of St. Louis City. So yes, sir. So I do see the vacant houses, but I look at it as something as a need for us to meet, right? Whether it's vacant houses, kids that aren't able to go to school, kids that are suffering trauma, so forth and so on. We're an organization that tries to help push and be a battery pack for those youth in St. Louis City. So thank you for the time. Like I said, please come out to the 5th annual Charity Car and Bike Show. Everything's free. It's all love. I'll see y'all there. Thank you.
Thank you. And they actually have given over almost $30,000 to Finish Line Scholars over the past 4 years. Derek Walker, Rides and School Supplies. Very grateful. Which leads me to my next point. For those students who are still wrestling about that last paragraph, let's get that assignment in. This is also a great time for students who have made the decision to attend Harris Stowe. And so we have a special part of our program where we're going to hear from Hornet Nation, hear from a team that I have grown to love and respect, although I have yet to taste this bomb gumbo that somebody's supposed to have. All right, man. I'm losing weight now. I ain't got the gumbo. But Dr. Tab and Lance are an amazing combo in the admissions center. They make sure we have what we need and that our students and families are informed. And so they're going to share some information and then welcome some of our students who have already committed to Harris Stowe. We're going to have a special college signing right here to my right. All right, so without any further ado, Iris Tab and Lance.
All righty, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Iris Tab. Again, I serve as Director of Admissions here at the Harris Stowe State University. I want to say congratulations to the class of 2023 on your graduation. So as we keep saying, give yourselves a round of applause and pat yourself on the back. All of you have worked very hard, and perseverance have led you to this proud moment in your lives. You have crossed the K-12 finish line. Now it's time for you to start a new race. So to our future Hornets, thank you for granting us the privilege of educating you over the next 4 years. You will continue working with faculty dedicated to helping you understand that college is a time of challenge and discovery, of curiosity and intellectual growth, and of learning about oneself. To the parents, thank you for your confidence in sharing your sons and daughters with us for the next several years. We look forward to working with them as they journey down this fascinating and rewarding career at Harris Stowe State University. And we look forward to welcoming them as the newest members of Hornet Nation. So now, without any further ado, I want to recognize our future Hornets. So when I call your name, please come forward to receive your swag bag. Up first, we have Miss Renaya Taylor, who has been awarded the Board of Regents Scholarship, which is our full tuition scholarship. Ms. Renaya will not have to pay anything towards her tuition. Congratulations, Ms. Renaya. Are we taking pictures? You want to pose for a picture? Are we good? All right. Congratulations, Renaya. Up next, we have Miss Angel Coleman, who has been awarded the Provost Scholarship. The Provost Scholarship is worth $2,000 per academic year. Congratulations, Miss Angel. The next person isn't here with us today, but we do want to recognize Ariana Polk, who received the Opportunity Scholarship, which is $1,000 per year. Give Ariana a round of applause. Up next, we have Devin Norris. Please come grab your swag bag. They take pictures for the gram and then don't want to take pictures here. Up next, we have Marcus Allen Jr. Yeah, he said he can knock out Tank. Congratulations, Marcus. And then finally, we have Stefan Riggins. Stefan Riggins, come on down. All righty, congratulations. So give them a round of applause again for committing to the Harris-Stowe State University. All of us at HSSU are strongly committed to supporting your success. We want you to study hard, seek out and respect others' opinions, and enjoy the wide variety of activities that our university has to offer. That said, if anyone else in the room has not made, has yet to make a decision on their college selection, there still is time to make HSSU your HBCU. Thank you.
All right, thank you all so much again. We're wrapping up. This has been truly a pleasure. Thank you, parents, so much. We have, and the room has as well, made sure the ice cream is now able to be manageable. So if you haven't got your sundae, you can get you a nice little sundae. Our final thoughts, as requested by a few of you all, we're going to bring up one of future Hornet, who's a current Hornet right now. He's going to share how he started the program. He's going to share it up again. And so we can probably provide some additional context to what he's saying in his spoken word. We're bringing Stefan back up to the mic. He's going to share with us the intro that he provided, and then we're going to exit. Oh, before you exit, for our finish line students, we have a gift bag out in the hallway where you checked in. Make sure you get your gift bag, where we'll also provide your beautiful certificate. I would drop Jamalia's for your beautiful certificate, all right? Stefan, can you bless the mic for us one more time? You need us standing up, doing a wave, what you need?
I'm back. No, what's going on, everybody? And since they're here now, I really want to thank my family, my Bulldog family, my son family, Miss Askew, Miss Casimir, Dr. Nichols, Mr. Smith, everybody who's been a part of the journey, and everybody at Harris-Stowe. I really appreciate what you guys have did for me in my whole entire experience of high school and with this dual enrollment program. So I'm gonna do the piece over again. I didn't tell you this before, but I just wrote this morning. I just wrote it this morning, so yes. I ain't gonna lie, I was a little shy. Face full of confidence, but was hiding it in disguise. It would have left me crippled if I didn't try. So I'm grateful that I made it across the finish line. I remember sitting in the counselor suite. Mr. Jackson broke it down and tell us how it would be. Confronted my fears and doubt, and then I encountered the beast. And then I encountered the beast. It took me being in the class before I found some relief. Fell in love with the journey. Every moment the destination arrived. Was hesitant, but through challenge I educated my mind. It showed me when I'm learning, I ain't got time to be introverted, getting nervous, because I know at the end it's a bigger purpose. With my will and my passion, I stayed active through the field of distractions. Through resilience, I obtained the skill of attraction, killed the procrastinator. So every time I get an assignment, I'm reminded now of Mr. Muhammad. He said we were conquerors at the beginning, mission accomplished. I got endless wisdom when I paid attention to donning. Man, it's crazy how the picture was prompted. Never thought that this here knowledge would lead me to uplifting my conscience. What an honor. The stake of the opportunity, greatness was God, and all I can say is that God was using me. Granted, it was energy and time to manage. My presence, I got to stamp it, especially on a college campus. Take me back to the time when I was scared to go. I evolved all of my flaws, I had to cherish those. For this, I am forever thankful to Harris Stowe. Want to know more about my experience? Then there it goes. Again, what was done that I've seen with Sumner High School and the way that we were able to evolve from threats of closing down, I just want to say the same thing will happen in the fall and through the semesters to come with Harris Stowe. There will be a change. There will, as they say, change happens here. There will be a change and there will be a evolution. So I just appreciate everybody again for their attention, everybody for their support. Everybody, can please, the Dularonis students, please stand up again, just real quick. Please stand up. Please stand up. Thank you all, really. Each one of you have a unique spirit. Each one of you have given me a new understanding. Even though we haven't talked like that, thank you, everyone, for real.
That's all, everybody. Thank you all again. We're very grateful for you. St. Louis Public Schools, Harris Stowe State University.